All right, good afternoon, kindergarten families. I just wanted to make this quick video for you guys to kind of walk you through my virtual classroom and to hopefully answer any questions that you guys may have regarding this week using my virtual classroom, Seesaw, maybe the iPad that was sent home today. So just to start off, I will let you know that in the bags that you guys picked up today has everything that your child will need to succeed for this week, including your child's iPad. On the iPad will be Zoom, Seesaw, and a couple other apps that we're going to be using this week to complete some of our work. All of it, they should be already signed into on your child's iPad. The Zoom app, I am asking just to double check to make sure that that app is downloaded on your child's iPad. I'm going to send some instructions later today on how to update that app and to make sure it is downloaded. If needed, and you do need to download the app, there is an app already on your child's iPad. It's called Self-Service. You can click that app there. It's white and it's kind of colorful. You click that app and then you can find the Zoom app and download it or reinstall it. So if it's not there, that's how you can go ahead and do that. I did just want to get on here quick and walk you through my virtual classroom. So tomorrow morning, it's a little bit more prepared and ready for you and your child. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. All right. So you should be able to see my screen now. And as you can see, I am on Seesaw already. Okay. So on your child's Seesaw account, here is their journal. So when they click on their journal, all right, this is what will pop up. Okay. Now, this is my virtual classroom here, and I already have it pinned. It says right here, pinned to the top of your child's Seesaw account. So this will always be on the top, okay? Down here, there's a little, I tell the kids it looks like a paper clip. This is how they click the link, all right? So you'll see here, this is the picture of my virtual classroom. You'll see Tuesday, November 17th, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday is on here already. What you're gonna do is you're gonna have your kid click on this again, I said I call it the paper clip with the kids, so they do know that. So when they click on the paper clip, it'll bring them right into my virtual classroom here. All right. They'll see every day. All right. You notice that you can click on Tuesday and you can click on Wednesday, but you can't click on Thursday or Friday yet. All right. I am still working on those two dates as I've been working on Tuesday and Wednesday today. All right. So your child will click on Tuesday, November 17th, and it'll open up. And here it says November the 17th. And then here is everything that your child will need to succeed for the day. So I did tell you in my message that I'm going to be Zooming at 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and 1:30. So you'll see right here are all three of my Zoom sessions. Now I'm not going to click into this because it will take me into Zoom. So when you click the 9 o'clock morning Zoom, that'll take you right into my morning meeting Zoom. Here's my 12 o'clock reading and writing Zoom. And then here's my 1:30, that is my math Zoom. So once you click on those three items, it'll take you right into my Zoom. All right. So it'll put your kid in a waiting room. And then I will have to go ahead and accept that to let them into my Zoom. So please make sure that when they are logging on with their iPads, that their name, okay, is on their Zoom app. So that way I know who it is when they're logging on. So after my Zooms here, you'll see here I have my center activity. So all they have to do is click that and it takes them right into my 5 centers. All right. And I have that from 9:30 to 10:30. And that is we normally do centers every day for an hour. So you'll see here, read to a teacher. All they have to do is click on each one of these boxes to take them to their center. So for example, read to your teacher. They will click that and it'll load and it'll take them. This is going to take them into Seesaw, and I have an activity here ready for them. So the sight word book and is the book they're going to read for me today. They would click add response. Now, on your end right now, I don't have any of this stuff. You can see it's scheduled to come out tomorrow at 9 a.m. Therefore, you might not be able to see the exact Seesaw activity like you can see here on my screen. You can click on work on writing. This takes it and it says work on writing, draw a picture and try to write words to match. We work on stretching out those sounds. They can do this in Seesaw or use the writing paper that I was sent home in their bags, and then they can take a picture and send it to me on Seesaw. So as you can see, they can go through and click on each activity. Their word work activity is a Seesaw activity this week. Listen to reading. They can click on that. I call this the robot app and Epic. I assign them books on both apps. They're already signed in on their iPads. If for some reason somebody is not signed in, please let me know and I can walk you through the process of re-signing them in, but they should all be there and ready to go. So the robot app and then Epic are both ways for them to read and listen to stories. And then lastly, this is a sight word activity. They'll click on this and it'll take them right into Seesaw again. All right. When they've completed all their centers, they can get out of that and they can go ahead right back to my remote learning activity page. All right. So that was their center time. And then I told them they can have their recess and lunch break like we always do. Afterwards, they can do a foundations activity, which tomorrow they're going to be working on the letter Q. So they'll click this activity here and it'll take them right into Seesaw. Like I said, I have these scheduled. So on my side, you can see the activity, but on your child's side right now, they might not be able to. You can see here at the top, scheduled for November 17th at 9 a.m. So then they'll click here, they'll hit add response, and they will be able to complete the activity. I did go through and try to do instructions on each one. You can hit this play button right here, and this will be able to play the instructions for you so you can hear it, and then all the kids can hear that as well. And then if we keep going here, we have my reading activity that takes them right into tomorrow during our Zoom. We're going to be making a quilt for Q. So it just says to finish that up. All right. And they can just keep going and clicking. Okay. My writing activity. So all of these little squares are links, and this is going to take them to Seesaw again. All right. So they can just continue to click through these, and then they can complete all their activities for the day. You'll see this last one is their specials. They do have art this week. So when you click on art, now it is going to take them to a page that just says check your art class on Seesaw for today's activity. And I'll show you how to do that as well. So this is all their activities for the day. It's all right here and prepared for them. As this is the only thing they will need along with their iPad and whatever items are in their bags to be able to complete all their activities for the day. All right. So after tomorrow, Tuesday is over, on Wednesday, when they go back into Seesaw, they'll click that link again, which will bring them back to this page. And then, of course, we're going to click Wednesday, November 18th, and it'll take you to my Wednesday activities. All right, so here's all their stuff for Wednesday. So I'm going to go back to Seesaw here, and I did tell you that when they go into their art class, they're going to have to change their class. So right now we're in my class, Mr. Gordner's class. I tell them to find the campsite. All right. So what you can do to switch classes is you can come up here and it'll have their name up here in the corner. And now since I'm not on a student portfolio, you're not going to be able to see them all. But when you click their name up here at the top, you'll have all of the classes that they're signed into. And one of them will say art. Okay. So they'll want to click the art and then they can click back to mine. All right. So this is their Seesaw. All right. All of their activities, if they need to be found, they can click this light bulb is what I call it. And it takes them into all the activities. So now I have everything scheduled for them this week. And that's what all of this is. So these activities are scheduled and ready for all of them for Tuesday and Wednesday. And I'm going to continue to work for Thursday and Friday. All right. So that's kind of a little bit about your how my virtual classroom works. Again, they're all just links that you click right into. You go to one spot. All right. I do just want to go ahead and just kind of pull up my remote schedule here. All right. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. So this is the schedule that I just sent you all on Seesaw. As you can see here, I have everything and it is timed. I'm supposed to make our virtual day match as much as possible with my face-to-face day. So I know these times are in here. I will say that try to stick to that as much as possible, but I do understand that things are different. And with us being virtual, there might be times in the day where they might need to complete something later on, and that is okay. But I want to try to stick to the schedule as much as possible. So first you'll see, I want everyone to be logged on to locate that schedule that I just showed you on Seesaw, and to be logged on by 9 o'clock because my Zoom attendance and my morning meeting starts at 9 a.m. All right. I will be taking attendance on that Zoom just to see who is logging on. I will tell you that we will be taking attendance. Okay. After we do our morning meeting, it's about 30 minutes. We're going to move right into our Seesaw Centers, which is what I showed you. They'll click that Centers link right on my virtual classroom. They have about an hour to complete those activities. Some of them might only take a couple minutes, so that might not take a full hour, but that's okay. Next, I have a recess and lunch break from about 10:30 to 11:30, so they can have some downtime, eat lunch, and then get ready for our afternoon. There's a foundations activity on Seesaw, and I showed you that. It's right in my daily schedule. So right here, my daily schedule, here's my foundations activity. Um, Next at 12 o'clock, I'm going to be Zooming whole group reading, writing, and social studies or science for the day. This week, I'm teaching all about Thanksgiving. So I'll be focusing on Thanksgiving, but I will be taking attendance for that Zoom as well. So I'm just going to be keeping track of who is signing on daily for my Zooms. So that's at 12. I said to about 1 o'clock. It depends on what we're doing for the day. Tomorrow, as a class, we're going to be making a quilt for the letter Q, and we're going to be working on that together. So it depends on what I'm doing. It might take, 20, 30 minutes. It might take 40, 45. So I just put from 12 to 1 just to give us some buffer time, because I'm going to let you know we're going to be making Mayflowers this week too. And that one might take us a little bit longer, especially virtually. Then down here, I have a recess, another break for about 30 minutes. And then I'm going to Zoom my math lesson. And then that's not going to be as long. My math lesson might only be 10 minutes of Zoom. And then they'll be going on and getting and finishing the practice. And I put that on Seesaw. And like I said, you can find that math activity right here. So they can click Math Zoom. After we're done Zooming, they can go ahead and click our math activity. Next here, I have our specials. I did show you how to get onto specials. So right now they have art with Mrs. Robinson, and she will be doing that with them. She did let me know that she has work that she's sending out to the kids. So again, I don't know if that'll take 40 minutes for them to complete, but that's okay. But on our normal day from 2 to 2:40 is our specials time. So I'm just leaving it as 40 minutes. Okay. If they get done with that activity sooner, that's okay. No worries. All right. Then I have my social studies or science activity. So I told you that this week we are working on, um, we're going to be working on our Mayflower activity a little bit here. So right now I don't have it. You can see I can't click on here because we're doing it together on Zoom. So there might be days where I don't have a social studies activity. And if you can't click on it, like I can't click now, that's okay. That just means that we completed that activity together on Zoom. It might be the same with writing. All right. We might be completing the activity all together. And that's okay if there's no link there. That just means that uh, that we did it together. And then lastly, I just put down here from about 3 to 3:20, wrap up and submit any unfinished activities. So some of the stuff that they're going to be completing at home, I'm going to have them take pictures on their iPads with Seesaw and submit it to me. So on Seesaw, and yours will look a little bit different from mine, but the kids can hit this green add button right here. When you hit the green add button, it'll come up and it'll look just like this. All right. They can hit this photo option right here to be able to take a picture, and then they can submit it to me. They already know how to do this. We've been working on it. So this is just a refresher for you or anyone else who could be working with your child during this time. So I just wanted to show you that as well. All right. So, and that was my schedule. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen here so you're back on me. So that's kind of how our day is going to work. Okay. The virtual classroom has everything there. It's ready for you, right at your fingertips. I wanted it to all be in one place so that way we didn't have to search or go between different apps. That way it's just all in my virtual classroom, and it'll take you to the app to Seesaw. It takes you right in the activity that they'll need to complete for that time. I did put in my message that a lot of my activities do go along with what I'm doing in my Zoom lesson. So please don't work ahead. Try to encourage your child just to stay with me for the day. Try to follow that schedule because some of the stuff that I'm going to be teaching. So for example, math, I might be teaching my whole group math lesson. For example, tomorrow I'm doing sorting. Well, afterwards, after I teach sorting, they have an activity that goes along with it. So try not to work ahead. Encourage your child just to stay with me for the day. My other piece of advice is in that big bag has everything that your child needs to succeed for the week. I have papers and other toolboxes and iPads and paper and construction paper. I have all sorts of things in there for them for the week. Don't go through the papers yet because I am going to be doing them together on my Zoom, and I just don't work ahead on those either until I give the instruction to do so. So I might be doing that in Zoom, and then I'm going to give the instruction of, okay, let's get out this paper and work on this together. So those activities you'll see in that folder are for our Zoom lessons. So just try to make sure that your child has that folder near them when they're working on with me on Zoom for the day. Uh, I know it's a lot of information. I do apologize that it's all coming at you at once. That's why I figured I would make this video here for you just to be able to make it easier and I could walk you through the steps of my virtual classroom. I just one more reminder, when we do go back to face, everything that was sent home needs to come back to school in that bag. Okay. So iPads and toolboxes and materials, anything that was sent home is going to have to come back to school when we go back to face. So just kind of keep that in mind to try to, to encourage your child to stay nice and organized. I do it all day long with them in their desks. So if they can keep it all in those bags, that would be fantastic. And then when we do go back to face, we'll be ready to go. I I told you before, it breaks my heart that we're going virtual. I wish we could all be together in the classroom this week, but we need to stay safe, and that's very important. And with a couple cases that came up within our district, it's important just that we do this for the week so we can stay safe. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. I'm continuing to work on things today, so I'm on and off of my laptop and Seesaw all day. So please let me know if you need anything, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you.